Ilia Topuria just snapped on Paddy Pimblett in a ruthless new interview with Shock MMA, firing off cold threats and saying Paddy's head will be bouncing when they finally meet. As we head into UFC 317, where El Matador is set to face Charles Oliveira, the former featherweight champ was asked who he'd prefer to fight next between Gaethje and Pimblett. Without hesitation, Ilia said he wants Paddy and that he actually hopes Paddy faces Justin first, just to build the moment. Ilia believes a fight between him and Paddy would be one of the biggest fights in UFC history, and considering the history between these two, it's hard to argue. The tension between these two has been brewing for years, turning personal more than once, but things took a weird turn recently, when Ilia and Paddy bumped fists and smiled at each other at recent UFC weigh-ins. This left many fans confused. It was a friendly interaction, too friendly, and a lot of fans who followed the beef for years felt let down. Some even called it fake, saying the long-standing animosity might have just been for show. Still, despite the speculation, this fight remains massive. Whether they hate each other or not, the storyline, the clash of styles, and their history makes it one of the most anticipated matchups in the lightweight division.
Paddy really wants that fight with you as well. If Islam isn't available, would you rather fight Justin or Paddy next?
I think that they both need to fight with someone, maybe between each other. I actually predicted that fight in the past. I said that the UFC would put those guys together, and if Paddy is able to go through Justin Gaethje and get that win, why not? That's one of the fights that also the people wants to see. I think it's gonna be one of the biggest fights in the UFC history. So I hope, cross the fingers, that he gets that win, and finally I will shut his mouth. And we are gonna be in that octagon alone, and I'm gonna maul him. I'm gonna maul that blonde bitch.
Michael Bisping absolutely went off on Jon Jones, calling him a straight-up pussy for retiring before ever stepping in the cage with Tom Aspinall. Bisping didn't hold back. He said if Jones had retired right after fighting Stipe last year, everything would have made sense. Respectable, no drama. But the issue is, he didn't. Instead, months passed, nothing happened, and just when rumors started heating up about a potential Aspinall fight, suddenly Jones starts backing away, and then calls it retirement. Bisping compared this situation to GSP, saying Jon could have just walked away right after beating Stipe and left the door open for one more comeback in the future. But the fact that he dragged it out and only decided to retire once the Aspinall fight was on the table, Bisping sees it as nothing but fear. And here's where it gets even messier, because on the exact same day Jones announced his retirement, reports broke about a hit-and-run incident tied to him. The timing was almost too perfect, and now fans are wondering if that incident had anything to do with his decision to step away. Maybe it's about legal trouble, maybe it's about dodging Aspinall, or maybe it's both.
If Jon retired when he beat Stipe, no one would have said a thing. There would have been no issues with that whatsoever. That's his right. You don't have to continue fighting. But the fact that he didn't, the fact that he strung Tom along and messed us all around as fans, and the heavyweight division and Tom, and the fact that you don't want to fight someone because you think he might beat you, well, that's just straight up pussy shit. Simple as that. And the fact that he said he was going to fight, but then now that he doesn't, that's what's going to affect his legacy. If he just walked off into the sunset, that would have been great. And maybe 2 years down the line, he could have came back, just like George St. Pierre did, you know? That's your right, that's your... I'm giving his resume and his legacy and what he's done for the sport. He could have walked right back into a title fight. But he didn't do that. His legacy will be forever tarnished. He'll be known as the heavyweight that was scared of the elite fighters. Simple as that.
Alex Pereira has finally broken his silence on the swirling rumors about a potential Tom Aspinall fight. Rumors that blew up online after Chael Sonnen leaked that the UFC is working on it. But in a recent interview with the Schmo, Pereira shut all that down. When asked about his next move, he made it clear. He's aiming for a rematch with Magomed Ankalaev in October. Pereira promised it would be a massive show and even boldly stated that he still considers himself the champion. He mentioned that many fans believe he actually won the first fight. fight, but that's just not true. The truth is, Ankalaev outclassed Pereira in every area. Despite Pereira stuffing every takedown attempt, he still got outworked. On the feet, he was a step behind. Ankalaev was the one pressing forward, dictating the pace, and landing the cleaner shots. Pereira spent most of the fight on his back foot, unable to do significant damage or land anything meaningful. The narrative that he won just doesn't match what played out inside the octagon. As for the Aspinall talk, Pereira brushed it off completely. He said he doesn't care about other divisions and made it clear his focus is singular: regain the belt in his own weight class and remind the world why he was champ in the first place.
Well, right now, took some time to recover my body, to heal. I'm going to Brazil right now, keep healing a little bit, spend some time with my family. We are in talks with the UFC, we're gearing up. Let's see, maybe something around October.
October, maybe in Las Vegas for the pay-per-view fight.
I don't know where the fight's going to be, but for sure it's going to be a big show.
What do you think of the situation in the heavyweight division between Jon Jones and Tom Aspinall?
Honest, I don't even have an idea what's going on. I'm kind of have an idea of my division, my weight class.
But what gives you the confidence that when you get the rematch, we're going to hear and new?
Absolutely, I see that on my mind. I see that moment in my mind. I've been prepared for that. I correct some mistakes, some adjustment that I had to do from the previous fight. Don't know if I'm going to win, don't know if I'm going to lose. I want to win, and I'm going to work for it. I'm definitely hungry, but it was a fight that many thought that I won. You know what I mean? Honestly, in my mind, I don't even see myself. I see myself as still the champ because the way that people treat me, they look at me.
Khabib Nurmagomedov has officially reacted to Jon Jones' UFC retirement. While some fans and fighters continue to criticize Jones for seemingly avoiding a fight with Tom Aspinall, Khabib chose to take the high road. In a recent post on Instagram, Khabib wrote, quote, "My congratulations, legend, even though we were not friends, but you are the best to ever do it in UFC history, and you inspire millions of people around the world. You have nothing more to prove in this sport," end quote. Dana claimed the UFC gave Jon the exact figure he asked for, only for Jones to decide shortly after that he didn't want the fight. That decision has led to fans blasting Jones online, with duck accusations spreading fast. Still, Dana stood firm this past weekend, saying Jones never avoided anyone except Chael Sonnen years ago. Whether fans buy it or not, Jones seems to be at peace. Khabib's giving him his flowers, and the UFC heavyweight division is finally moving on. As for Tom Aspinall, his first title defense as heavyweight champ is expected to come against Cyril Gane in what's shaping up to be a high-level chess match. Stylistically, it's an intriguing clash. Aspinall's explosive wrestling and slick boxing against Gane's elite footwork, range management, and technical striking. What are your predictions for this potential heavyweight showdown? Leave your comments below. That's it from MMA Psycho. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for daily MMA news.